So welcome everyone to this another part of Shaolin empty hand boxing. Today I am going to demonstrate you some empty hand fighting technique, and these are very useful in real life. Now why these techniques are useful? Because many of the time when we go outside we are empty handed. Many of us do not carry weapons because we are simple person. We do not carry weapons like thugs. Now in that case, if you face any kind of situation, then your hands are the only weapon you left. So at that time you have to start save yourself with your common weapons which nature gives you at the beginning. So you need to understand your natural weapons and how to use them, and in that case this taolu helps you. So let's begin. Okay, let's start the explanation. First, the taolu starts from this attack. I told you this attack before my previous videos. This attack is mainly useful for if someone comes from behind and grab you like this or grab you like this. In this case, this attack is very useful. So how to perform it? Think someone is come from behind and grab you like this. Just take your hands here and then perform a heavy attack with your elbows. Yeah, like this. But you can use this technique before your enemy grabs you. How? Let me show you. First, you are ready and then you realize that someone is coming from behind. So what do you have to do? Just watch. How far is he from you? Go back. Take your hands in this position, and then when he comes in your range, this. If you are able to perform this, then you can damage your enemy before he grab you. Now the second move. Second move is two defense in one practice. First, punch defense and then kick defense. So the move was, after this position, roll your hand, take it in punching position, and at the same time your hand in the block position and sit. This technique looks like this. This hand rolling is mainly inside to outside knife and block. This block. Okay? So first, think someone is coming to attack you in head like this. Now this punch is called hook punch, but I call it enrage punch because many of the thugs use this punch to damage you, and this punch is very powerful and you have to block it, otherwise dodge it. So he attacks you, block, and at the same time if he try to kick you, then use your another hand, your leg. Okay, this is very useful. You cannot depend on just one block, and this is the Kung Fu says, always use another block or another defensive position to save yourself from incoming attack. So block, he try to kick you, guard your abdominal area, and then perform this to save yourself. Now let me tell you this block. This mainly depends on your power of your palm. If you do not have sufficient power in your palms, then try to dodge it or just do this. Block and then raise your knee. And this is very useful to block incoming kicks. It mainly depends on how much power your palm contains. So think before use it. Now the third move. This third move is to attack, but this move is to confuse your enemy with various attacks. Now let me show you. Now after this one, perform a block outside to inside and then perform a wrist attack. At the same time, go forward, cross your hands, roll and perform a punch. So let me explain it, how to use this technique. First, it's your time to attack. Now think your enemy is coming to attack you with this punch, hook punch or enraged punch. This time you have to perform outside to inside block. Now this block is very good, but there is a little consequences. If you cannot perform this block in time, then you will be damaged heavily. So perform this block with a little dodging technique. Think someone is attacking you? First, perform a block and then at the same time, take your head a safe position like this. In this case, if you do not able to block it, then this move will protect your nose from incoming attack. So block it, okay? Now take the enemy hand in lower position, and if you able to do it, then the area is clear to attack, and at the same time perform a wrist attack. Okay, after performing a successful attack, cross your hand, go forward and then perform a punch in the toe of your enemy. This. So let me show you the technique in speed mode. So your enemy is coming to punch, block it safely, take it down, perform a wrist attack, and then at the same time go forward and then perform a punch on the toe of your enemy. Okay, the fourth attack comes after this attack. After this, perform an elbow strike and watch opposite side. So let me explain how to use it. After performing a toe attack, then quickly perform an elbow strike and watch opposite, because in that time someone come to attack you. Okay, now you can use these three moves in one time. First, someone is coming to attack, block safely, take the enemy hand down, perform a wrist attack. Okay, now go forward and perform a toe attack. Now perform a heavy elbow strike and get ready for next incoming attack. You can say this is a combo move and it is very effective. Now the fifth move. Fifth move looks very tricky, but it is very easy. The move was first inside to outside, roll your hands, go down, again inside to outside, roll your hands, and now twist your wrist and then perform punch and then sit. So let me explain you. This technique is mainly for hand, okay, not for leg. So do not confuse. This technique is mainly based on inside to outside block. Okay, but in this case, you can practice this move with two hands in one time with this taolu. So what is the technique? First, think someone is coming to grab you like this, okay, or he grabs you like this. So what to do? First, if he comes to attack you or grab you, then this technique is very useful. Otherwise, don't try to do it. Or you can just perform this technique if someone comes to attack you with a punch. So these are two conditions where you can use this technique. Now the number one case, someone is coming to attack you with two hands. So what to do? First, inside to outside block, grab his hands, squeeze, and then take his two hands upper, and then suddenly take it to the down. In this case, your enemy's hand may be break or can be paralyzed, and it is a very good time to attack. Now what happens if your enemy comes to punch you? First, block the punch and then try to grab it. Okay? This technique will not work if you do not able to grab your enemy hand. So grab it, squeeze it and take it up. In this case, you can perform a simple powerful side kick, or you can just perform a horse kick. It all depends on you. Okay, the next technique is also very simple technique. Grab and punch. Next move has two moves. First, a simple attack technique, and second is breaking technique. So think someone is coming to attack you. First, block, grip his hand, and then squeeze it. After that, perform an uppercut punch or a normal punch, but I am going to show you the uppercut. Okay, and at the same time, after performing an uppercut punch or a normal punch, just break his hand. So perform an uppercut punch and at the same time break. Now remember, this breaking technique only works if you are able to grab your enemy hand. Otherwise, don't try to do it. First, block, grip, perform an uppercut punch or a normal punch, and at the same time break. Let me show you from the front side. Block, grip, squeeze, perform an uppercut punch or a normal punch, and then break. Very easy but little complicated. Now the final technique of this part. First, this technique looks like a combo technique, but this is not. This technique is little conditional. How? Let me show you. After this one, perform a block, okay, with knee raise, and at the same time perform a punch, jumping front kick, and after that perform a double punch. So what is the condition? First, someone is coming to attack you from behind. This attack starts from behind. So someone is coming to attack you with a kick. First, block his kick and take it to another direction. Okay, and at the same time do not forget to raise your knee, because if you do not able to perform this block correctly, then your knee will protect you. So what is the technique? Block it with hand or your knee, and at the same time perform a punch if your enemy is in your range. Otherwise, go little forward. But if your enemy is still far from your range, then perform this jumping attack. Okay, it mainly depends how far is enemy from you. So after this, perform a double punch. This punch mainly targets the enemy's arms or in cheeks, or you can say the head area. But remember, you can always skip the third one, this. If you think that your kick or your punch is sufficient for your enemy, then do not try to do this. So this is the part 1, everyone. There is part 2 and part 3. So keep practicing, otherwise you do not get any kind of result. If you want to perform them very effectively, then try to perform it with your friend or your partner. Then you will understand this Taolu very deeply and very easily, and your body take sufficient time to learn those moves. And not only that, I already explained more empty hand fighting techniques in my previous video. Check out them. I think you will love them. Until then, stay safe, stay strong. Bye.